Hello everyone, good morning and welcome to the class. Am I audible? Am I loud and clear?
Yeah. Good morning.
Okay, yeah, thank you for confirming. See, before we proceed, please log in with your names. Okay, some of you, I could not see the name. Name was like user, Zoom user and all, guest and all. Please, there will be a sign in button on your Zoom. Okay, please sign in with your name and email ID. Please take a minute and log in with your names, and also please log in from one device. I'm also seeing multiple names, like multiple joinees from the same participant. Please make sure you're all joining with one login.
मैम गुड मॉर्निंग मैम ड्राइव लिंक नहीं मिला मुझे आई डिडंट गेट ड्राइव लिंक
Have you registered? Have you completed your registration, payment of fee and enrolling?
मैडम आई एम लास्ट बैच स्टूडेंट आई लेफ्ट इन a few days I think you remember I already paid the full fees and all.
Message me, Siddharth. Okay, message me your name and email ID. Let me check. If you are
Okay.
old student, you might have got the drive link already. Okay. Check, send me your email ID. Okay, message me. I'll recheck. Okay.
Okay, and one more, madam, can you explain once more that diff command in brief?
Sure. Okay. I'll do. About the access, you can message Raj Raghu. Okay, you can message him. Okay, after the class, connect with him. Like you can message him on WhatsApp. Okay, then let's begin the class. I'm sharing my screen. Can you all see my screen? Git bash window.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get started. Yesterday we have created a local repository, right? See, one more thing. What is the need of doing Git in it? Some of you may have a question. We have already installed Git on the system. See, from anywhere, if I check the version, I can see Git. Like Git is installed. Why should I do Git in it? What is the purpose? It is already installed. Git can track the files on the system. Why should we do Git in it?
To create local repositories.
See, means I have installed Git on this drive, like, sorry, on the system. I have installed Git, but I should tell Git which system, I mean, sorry, which folder it should version control, which files it should version control, isn't it? Where is my project? Correct? So that's the reason of using Git in it. Means Git is installed on the system, but we have to tell Git which folder, which project, like where is your project and what it should version control. That's the reason you create a folder, or else you go to, if already folder is there, already code is there, go to that folder and do Git in it. Like yesterday we have created something like a folder called TF, right? So let me go to the folder. I have it on my desktop. Like this is the one. So let's go there. cd change directory, go to that location. See prompt change. Now I am in the TF directory. If I do ls, yes, I can see all the files. At the back end, if you want to see, if you want to visualize it through the GUI, you can also do this. Open the folder this way. Right from the CLI, yes, I could see all the files. And now I want to check whether Git is tracking all of these folders or not. Git status. Okay, so Git status is saying everything added and committed. Git local repository is clean, like working tree is clean, sorry. Means all the changes were added and committed. Yesterday we have discussed about working directory, staging area and local repository, right? compare with that architectural diagram always. So I believe this part is clear for everyone. Yesterday we have discussed these commands. Have you all done the hands-on? Everyone, have you all completed the hands-on? Experienced people, at least a quick recap. Have you all done that?
Yes.
Okay, great. So yeah, we have discussed about simple log command, commit command, status command, right? And add command. And then we have discussed about diff command. Git diff will help you see the staged changes of a file. This is the command to see the staged changes of any particular file. Git diff without any flag and the file name will show you the unstaged changes of the file. That's all, as simple as that. Let's say what is meant by unstaged changes? What is the unstaged change?
Those who are not added.
Those which are not added, right? That's a unstaged change. Those changes which were not added to staging area, right? So to see those changes, git diff, the file name will show you the unstaged changes of the file. So that's about git diff. Yesterday we have seen creating a new file, adding to staging area, then committing. We have also seen modifying a file, right? Just making some changes to the file, add and commit. So also yesterday we discussed like Git works with respect to changes. Means changes could be it might be creating a file or modifying a file or deleting a file. Everything is considered as a change. You have to add everything to staging area and then to the local repository. That's what we have discussed, right? So today let's go ahead and see deleting the file as well, right? Yesterday we have seen modifying a file, creating a new file. Let's talk about deleting the file as well. Just a second, please.
Priti, Git init is not required for each and every time of session exit and login again, right?
Only for the first time you have to do, only once in a particular folder. If you
Very
do Git
fast.
init,
Okay.
already
Okay.
Git is initialized. You don't need to do each time.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so now let's talk about deleting a file. Okay, so I'm having a couple of files. Let's suppose I want to delete this file3.txt. I don't want to want this file. I just want to delete this. So how to do that? Git rm file3.txt. Okay, what is this rm? Rm will delete the file. Okay, let's see. Means why to delete again? Let's suppose I don't want this to be version controlled. Okay, I have created it, but later realized that there is no need for this file. I have deleted it. If you do ls, yes, there were only 2 files. And also, if you do ls files, right, it was deleted from local repository as well. Means if you notice here, it was deleted from working directory as well. ls will list the files in the working directory. It is deleted from working directory as well as from local repository. Okay, it has deleted the files. Now, let's say git status. The changes to be committed. I told you just now, we were discussing yesterday also, we have discussed any change you do. It might be deletion of the file also. Everything is considered as a change. You have to add and commit. See, that's what it was saying. Changes to be committed means whatever changes you have done were applied on the staging area. Means deletion happened on the staging area. You have to delete it. I mean, you have to commit the change. See, once you make a change, commit the change, delete the file. Done. Now, if you do git status, it's clean. A file is no more in the working directory. File is no more in the staging area and local repository. Simple delete. Right. So yeah, that's a git rm command. Let me show you another interesting part. There might be a scenario or there might be a use case. I want to delete a file, I want to delete a file, but only from the local repository, not from the working directory. What does it mean? See.
Preeti, can you repeat once again, please?
Yeah. See, I want to delete the file only from the local repository, not from the working directory. Means, okay, I have created a file. Okay, later I realized this is not required. This is not a, let's say, okay, let's take another example. Let's suppose it's a document. Okay, I have written some document. I don't want to place it in the local repository. That's just for reference. It need not be placed in the local repository. So, but I still want to have it in my folder, in my directory. Means this file too, I just want to have it in the working directory. Like when I do ls, I need it. But I want to remove it from the local repository and the staging area. If you see this, see file 2 is here. But I want to delete it from here. But I want to keep it in the working directory. If I do git rm, what happens? It will delete both from working directory and the local repository. So how to handle this? Git rm, there is a command called cached. Git rm cached index2.html. Sorry, file 2, that's not index2, I'm sorry. Git rm file, whichever you want to delete, file2.txt. Okay, now if I do ls, okay, file is still there. See, file is not there in the staging area. Do you see that git ls files can list the files in the staging area and local repository? It's no more there. Now,
sorry, could you repeat for like from cached?
Cached command git rm cached will delete the file only from the local repository, not from working directory. Means see the file is there in the folder. If you see file is still there in this directory, in this folder, but it is removed from the local repository. Right? And like I said, like any change, after you make any change, you have to commit those changes. See here, changes to be committed. Okay, how to commit the changes? Deleted from, only from local repository. Okay.
So, Preeti,
Yeah.
Yeah, so this last command is almost similar to git ignore. Like, what is the difference between git ignore and this one?
When we come to git ignore, I will explain the difference, right?
Yeah, sure.
Once we discuss it, yeah, we shall talk on the differences. Okay, so git commit minus deleted from the local repository, right? So now let's see the status. Git status. Okay, you can see that file is untracked. Why are we seeing this? Okay, fine, we have deleted the file from the local repository. But why are we seeing this?
We didn't do git add.
Yeah, but why are we seeing this? Okay, fine, we have deleted, we have the file here. I have deleted it from staging area and local repository. I have committed the changes. Why are we seeing this message like untracked?
Like we have not deleted it from working directory.
Yeah, exactly. Means it is working like a new file, isn't it? It's working like a new file. Like in the beginning, when we create a new file, Git is always trying to track it, right? The same way it's happening because I have deleted it from staging area and local repository. Git is identifying it as again as a new file, right? In the beginning, when we created a new file, it used to show this way, correct? Yeah. So it's again like a new file because we deleted it from staging area and local repository. Right. See, the concept of Git is this is our local repository. This TF folder is a local repository. Whatever you keep, whatever there in this folder will be version controlled by Git because it's a local repository. We did Git init in this folder. So whatever files are there, Git will be keep on tracking it. Because there is a file left in the working directory, it was not added to staging and local repository. It's like again like a new file, right? So it was prompting us to add and commit. Got it, everyone? Understood the concept? Any confusions? Should I repeat here?
Preeti, to list the file from the staging and local repository, you used specifically git ls -files, right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Okay. If I just use ls straight away, then it will list the files from
That particular folder.
folder.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Right. So this one thing. Okay, fine. Everything is perfect. I have deleted it from local repository and staging area. It was listing here. But let's suppose now I have a concern. Let's say this file2.txt is some log file, or else let's say it's some documentation. Like I said, it was a documentation. I just want to use it for my reference project document, or else a notes I have taken, something like that. I want to keep it in the folder, but I don't want to see this kind of message always. It was annoying. Always it shows it as untracked. It asks me to add, but I can't add it assuming, like, let's suppose like it may be a log file. There might be some unwanted files in the project in that particular directory, right? So I want Git not to version control this. Is it possible? I want Git to exclude this file from version controlling. Right? Making sense, everyone. Otherwise, say, if I keep some documents in this folder, I want to keep in this folder because it's related to the project. But whatever I keep here, Git will be tracking it. I don't want Git to do it because I don't want, that's not a project file. Yeah. But Git will be always tracking whatever they are in this directory. How can I tell Git not to version control, not to track this file? That's where comes something called git ignore into picture. What is this git ignore? See, git ignore is another file you have to create, which will take care of excluding certain files from version controlling. Okay, like we have file1 and file2, I can create another file here called, I can use a Vim editor. We did not learn about Vim editor. Let me do this. Touch.git ignore. Okay, ignore file should be created. You can see the hidden files with -a. See .git ignore is created. Here also you can see that. Right, it's just another file, that's all. Okay, I'm opening it with a notepad. Here in this file, we have to place the files whichever we want to ignore. See, it's again a file. Here you put the file names, whichever you want to ignore or you want Git to exclude from version controlling. Okay, put the file name, save it. Okay, this file name I have added because I don't want Git to version control it. Now, if I do ls, yes, I still have this file too. But when I do status, see, it's no more bothering about file 2. Understood the difference? Yeah, it's no more bothering about file 2. There is some file in the directory. This was not staged, this was not committed, but Git is not bothering about this file. This is how you can exclude. You can ask Git not to version control certain files.
But it still shows untracked, right?
It's not showing. That's what I'm showing you. It's no more showing us. When you do Git status, where is the message about file 2? Untracked about .git ignore, because .git ignore is also another file. After all, it's another file like of any other file. But it's not bother. Our interest is it should not bother about this file 2. It's not bothering about file 2. Now,
Preeti, can you please come back again for git ignore? I didn't get the concept exactly. How does git ignore needs to be used?
See, you understood this TF folder, right? TF folder is our local repository. You understood
Correct.
that much?
Yes.
Now, whatever in that folder will be version controlled by Git, correct?
Correct.
This is my TF folder. Okay, whatever files, whatever directories are present here will be version controlled by Git, right?
Correct.
Any files, any folders will be version controlled. Okay,
Correct.
but I want Git not to version control something in this directory. You may be asking why do we need it? It's a local repository, everything should be version. I have given you example. In real practice, there might be some log files, there might be some executables generated, or else in simple terms, there might be some documentation of the
Correct.
project
There
or
is always
something.
a exclude list actually. Means I'm clear with the concept, but how it needs to be used, that is something which is not clear.
I'll tell you. So this I don't want Git to version control this. With respect to particularly with DevOps, yes, this is very important concept. Yes, we use it in Terraform, in Ansible. In Terraform, there will be something called state files, where the state of the infrastructure will be stored, which is very confidential. I don't want to Git to track it, and I don't want to Git to manage it. Certain files can be excluded. Sensitive data might be there. In Ansible also, certain credentials, sensitive data, whatever I don't want Git to track them. So that's where this Git ignore will be helpful. So the concept and the use case was clear for all of you, right? So how to do it? You just create another file called .gitignore. Okay, .gitignore is a Git object, we can say. Okay, Git knows it should not version control anything that were listed here. So it's just some other folder where you can put the file names whichever you don't want to version control. Suppose there were so many files or so many log files. Wild characters are also possible. Star.log means anything with extension .log will be ignored. That's how you can manage multiple files as well.
You need to include those file names in this particular notepad.
Correct. In this particular .gitignore file. Okay. Clear now? Still any confusions for anyone? So now when I do status, it's no more bothering about file2, even though file2 is present in this directory. But gitignore is also another file. Add it. .gitignore. Okay. And like any other file, you have to add it and commit it. Say changes to be committed. Git commit -m git ignore file created or added, whatever it is. Right? Perfect. Now, if you do ls, see, concentrate on the concept and the what we are doing. Commands, don't try to save them. Okay, you will get the document to save those commands. Okay, you will have the documents in the drive to use it. So don't try to worry about saving them.
One question, the document which you have shared in the drive, these commands are not there. Actually, the commands which you have posted, it is in all in one document. I mean,
no. I'll walk you at the end of the class. Okay, you have a separate document with all these commands.
Okay, fine.
In the drive. Okay, I'll show you at the end of the class.
Yeah.
Okay, so now if you see the status, okay, working tree is clean. You have this file too, but it's not there in the staging area and local repository. But Git will not be bothered about it. But yeah, .gitignore is added. Right? So now come up with your question. Some of you are asking what is the difference between Git RM and Git ignore some time back. Is it clear now? Is your question answered, or still do you have a question there? Let me know so that I can explain.
No,
now you should.
Yes, it's clear.
So like in
Right?
RM, what we did, we removed from the local repository, but Git was still tracking it, and
Correct.
Adding it to Git ignore, it stop tracking it.
Ignore, you are removing it means you have to remove it from working directory and local repository also, so that Git will not track it. You have to remove it completely. But here ignore means I want to keep it in the working directory, but I don't want Git to track it. Right?
Yes.
So that's the difference between RM and ignore. Yeah. So we are using CLI this way. Okay, we are managing the files. You can use Vim editor if you are a Linux user. You can use VI editor, nano editors of your choice. And I would like to show you and want you to get familiarized with another best editor which we are using more widely nowadays, which is VS Code editor. Firstly, what is an editor? Let's put Git apart for some time now because we want to manage multiple files. Let's talk about an editor. What is an editor?
Preeti, one doubt is. Hello.
Yeah, tell me please.
What is the difference between Git RM cache and Git ignore?
Both are like the same difference I have explained. If you do Git RM or Git RM cache, Git will be still tracking them as long as they were there in the working directory or local repository. Whereas Git ignore will not consider it, will not track it at all. Okay. The file can be there in the working directory, but still Git will not track it.
Okay, but in cache, it will track.
Yeah, it will try, right? It will ask us to add and commit if it is there in the working, if it is there in the working directory, it was showing the status, right? Untracked file. You deleted
Okay.
it. When it is there in the working directory, it was showing us untracked. Please add it. It was still tracking it.
But in git ignore, it will not ask for it. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
So what is an editor? And what are the editors we use daily, like for any changes you did? See, I'm talking about editor to edit the files, any files like Notepad, Notepad+++, Word documents, Google Docs, right? These are all the editors where you can modify or change your files and all, right? Create the files and all. So for programming or for any configuration files, we have a best editor called VS Code Editor. Okay, this download link is also available in the drive. Okay, anyway, I'll show you. Just go to Google and download VS Code Editor. Okay, this is a very best editor. Okay, go to the download section. Depending on your operating system, again, you have it for Mac, Linux, and Windows. You have it for multiple operating systems. You can just download and open it. Okay, I have already got it installed. See, once you install, you will see this one, or from the start menu. Okay, you will see Visual Code, Visual Studio Code. So that's called VS Code Editor. Just launch it. It's a good editor where we can edit any files, any programming files. Developers will be using it. Okay, anyone can use it. It supports editing any files, any Python files or C program files, .NET programs, anything it will support. As a DevOps person, we'll be using this editor more widely. Of course, if you are familiarized or accustomed to use something else, you are free to use, but this is very widely used. Companies are also expecting you to get some familiarity with this type of with this kind of editor, particularly VS Code Editor. So just a second. Okay, so this is your editor. For the first time, you will see some welcome page and all. Here you can manage any type of file. First, let's open our local repository here. Okay, go to file menu, open folder, rather than working from the CLI this way, or else from the folder and doing it manually. This is the professional way of doing things. So let's open our folder. See, whatever files we have, .git ignore, file1, file2, of course, there were just text files. Okay, it will support your Terraform config files, Kubernetes manifest files, everything. So get used to this. So file2, file1, this is how you can edit them. Okay, here now you are having git bash in a separate window, right? Here itself you can open it. Go to terminal. Okay, new terminal. Here you can do it via command line, right? You can use a command prompt or PowerShell, or else once you install Git Bash and you click this icon, you click this drop down, you can see whether you want to use command prompt or PowerShell or Git Bash, anything. I would like to launch Git Bash here itself. Do you see that? It was launched, it was opening in the same folder. So whatever I'm doing there, I can do the same here. It's just a Git Bash terminal. Great, isn't it? It will be very much helpful where it makes things easy for you. Okay, so get practice using this. This is always the best way. Also, yeah, you are seeing your files, all the files. You can edit it here very easily, right? So let's use this one now. Okay, fine. We have understood ignore. We have understood removing the files. Okay, let's take up the next interesting part. Like first, let us see our commit history. Git log one line. I'm just seeing a brief log. See, there were bunch of commits. Git ignore was added. So what if we want to revert something? What is meant by reverting? What is meant by revert?
Undo.
Reverting the changes.
Undo, right? What if you
Undo.
want to undo a particular commit? What is meant by undo again? Reversing, right? Reversing the things means, let me tell you in simple. Suppose I have created a file. What is meant by undo? What means what is meant by undo? Like what happens when you undo this? it will be deleted, right? Or else let's say I have deleted it. I want to undo. What happens when you undo? Correct? The reverse happens, isn't it? Similarly, I want to undo a particular commit in this commit history. See, I have some 10 commits or whatever. See, this is the commit history. I want to undo a particular change. So let's see how to do that. See, I want to undo this. I just don't want this ignore file. Okay. I will show you once again. Git status is clean because file2 is being ignored. It was not version control. Now I want to undo. Git log. Okay. Git revert. Okay. And you have to provide that particular commit ID, whichever you want to undo. I want to undo this particular commit ID. Right? See, it will open whenever you run the command, it will open this editor. Okay. This is an editor where you can put some message. See, revert also works like a commit, which will take some message. Like here, I would like to put something like reverting the changes. Revert. Some message you can provide like ignore file deleted or something like that, and save it. How do you save it? This is opening a like a Vim editor. Okay, escape colon. See,
WQ.
again I'm telling, click on escape colon. At the bottom you will see this WQ exclamatory. This is how you edit the, you edit the changes and save it. Done. See, ignore file deleted. That's a commit message or revert message, whatever you call. See, at the back end you can see the files here. Git ignore is no more. Also, now if you do git status, see, it was tracking file2 again because ignore file was gone. Yeah. And also, if you do git log one line, see, you can see this commit message. Do you see that? Like I told you, revert is also like a commit. It will add a commit ID. See, this is the one you have used to revert. It has created a new commit ID. Clear, everyone? Understood? Yeah. Revert is like reversing your changes. Means when I revert this, whatever changes happened in this commit will be reversed. Right? Now, okay, let's suppose I want to get the ignore file again. Means I have to revert this. Right? Means reverting a revert. This is a revert actually. I want to undo this again so that I'll get my file back. What you can do? Git revert, whether it is a commit or a revert, you have the commit ID so you can get it back. See, it will open this file in an editor where you can put the message. Okay, go to the insert mode and say, let's say reverting again, some message. Okay, save it, escape, hit escape. At the bottom, you will see this colon WQ exclamatory, means save and close the file. Okay, that we will learn in Linux separately, but yeah, escape colon WK exclamatory. So yeah, see, do you see that file is back? Now, if you check the status, see, it's no more tracking file2. Yeah, it was all reverted. Also, another commit ID might have generated. See this? Do you see the CA773? This is the actual commit. I have reverted it and this is generated. Again, I have reverted it. This was the one generated. Means what did we do actually? Let's say, see, I'm just considering it as a commit here. This 6402 as a commit here. I can't write the entire ID. So commit here. I have reverted. So commit B was generated. Again, I reverted commit C. Commit C is nothing but, or commit C is the same as commit A. Correct? Yes. Got it, all of you?
Yes, yes.
Right?
It will
First,
not
see.
revert in intermediate, na?
Intermediate in the
B.
sense?
B. Directly to A, na? Revert to A directly. Undo. Totally
Correct,
undo.
correct. Because see, it is at this point. From this point, it's again going back. See, from A to B. Okay, again from B to A. This is nothing but C. I have marked this as C. Reverting A, you get a, let's suppose, see, A is creating a file. B is deleting it. Again, you revert B means it's creating, right? It's the same point as A. See, A is creating a file. B means deleting. Again, you revert B means it's the same like A, right? File is back. That's what happened here. Clear with the concept of revert, everyone?
Yes.
This is a way to undo your changes.
But
Okay,
we
what
won't
you
get
have
the
to...
same ID, right?
No, same ID you will not get. Commit ID will be different because even that should be registered. You have reverted again. Okay, commit ID will be different, but the changes in the commit are same as B. Oh, sorry, A.
Okay.
You
We
are
can't
just
get the
reversing.
same ID
See,
again.
you are
Okay.
just reversing the things. From this, you went there. Again, from there, you came here. But yeah, a new ID will be generated.
Madam, do you have to install some plugins in VS Code for running this Git commands?
Not necessarily required. Okay, but there were supported plugins for Git. If you want, you can install them so that it may help you or make the thing simple when you are merging or not. Okay. So this is about reverting. See, understand commit and revert almost works like the same. Whenever you do a commit ID is generated, right? A commit ID, a hash code, a unique alphanumeric ID. Similarly, whenever you revert also, you will get the commit ID generated. Yeah, those are the similarities between commit and revert. Every revert or a commit will generate a commit ID. And if you see this log, see, that's a huge log history. So let's talk about another scenario. Okay, fine, I have the huge commit history. And then I just realized I don't want these topmost 4 commits. Right? Successive 4 commits, topmost, latest ones, I can say. Right? See, here you can see there's a particular commit history, right? Always this one, the topmost commit is where head pointer will be. Let me talk about this head. See, what is a head? Head is a pointer in Git. Pointer means a reference. And this head will be always pointing to the latest commit in Git. Okay, this is the latest commit. This is the oldest one. Correct? So head will be always pointing to the latest commit. And let's say I just realized I don't want the top successive 4 commits. Means I want to discard them. Discard them in the sense I want to wipe them from the log history, as well as whatever changes happened in these 4 commits should be wiped off. I'm repeating, I want to remove or discard whatever changes happened in these 4 commits, as well as I want to remove them from this commit history also. If I remove them from commit history, then this becomes the topmost commit, correct? Then head pointer will be pointing this particular commit. Correct? Means your head pointer will be changed. That's called reset. Reset means changing the head pointer, head reference. Okay, you may get rid of successive 4 commits or successive 10 commits, whatever it is. So if you want to get rid of certain successive commits in the commit history, that's called git reset. Okay, I'm repeating, git reset means the commit history will also be erased. Okay, so let's say I'm working in this particular, like I'm working with these changes from 1 month. Then I realize client requirement was totally changed. I don't want these changes. Don't want in the sense I don't want to maintain history also because they were no more required, no more needed. So I just want to discard them. That's where comes reset, like I said. And the command is git reset. Okay, git reset hard. Whichever commit you want to be the topmost commit. I want this to be the topmost commit. You can do that. Okay, I want this to be the topmost. Then if you put this commit ID, whatever above that commit ID, all of them will be discarded, will be wiped off from the commit history, as well as whatever changes there also will be wiped off. Can I run the command? Yeah. Let's see. Okay, see now it says head is now at this. Also ignore file, everything gone. It says head is now at this point, like I have marked it. Check the log now. See, like I marked the commit, I mean the pointer was moved to this one, head is now here. Yeah, this is reset, means whatever changes there here, gone forever. This is reset. Let me show you once again. Let's see once again. See, I have now bunch of comments. Let's say I want to get rid of successive 2 comments. So how to do that? Git reset hard. This will become the head pointer. So
Now
you
again,
put that commit ID.
whatever the reset you have done, can we revert it back again?
You cannot. That's why this reset command is very dangerous. A
Okay.
destructive command. It's not that you use this on regular basis whenever you want. No, should be used very carefully. Okay, very cautiously, because changes gone will be gone forever. No point of getting them back. Okay, so let's say I want to get rid of these two. I should put this commit ID, or else there is another way. Head tilde 2 means I want to get rid of successive 2 commit IDs. So head tilde 2 means it will do the same. Either you put the commit ID, whichever becomes the topmost one, or else you use reset hard head tilde 2. Right? You can do that way as well. So now if you check the log, yeah, see, this becomes the topmost commit ID, right? Whatever changes happened here discarded from the log history as well. So this should not be used regularly, okay, and very carefully. What is the difference between reset and revert?
Reset in the sense it will be completely deleted from the Git repository.
Yes, reset means it will not generate a commit ID. I did a reset, it's not generating commit ID. But whenever you do revert, a commit ID will be generated. The advantage is you can revert that back, right? You can revert this commit ID again and get the changes back, right? You can get the changes back if you want. Here, deleted changes, you cannot get them back, right? Also, you can revert any random commit ID, any commit ID you can revert, but here reset only successive commit IDs like top 5, top 4, top 3. That's all. You cannot just randomly reset a particular commit ID.
So Preeti, in revert, okay, like we can at a time revert only one commit, right?
Correct. Any commit ID you can revert one commit ID. Here you cannot revert any commit ID. A random one you can't in reset. Successive commit IDs only you can revert.
Okay, but in reset multiple is possible, revert only one.
Reset multiple in the sense, see,
One
you are
reset.
reverting, you provide only one commit ID in revert command also, right? If you talk about the command wise, see, you provide, see, reset hard, you provide one commit ID only, whichever will become a topmost. Whatever above that will be discarded, will be deleted.
Okay, and
You want
like,
to discard successive bunch of commit IDs, you will do reset. You cannot reset a random commit ID. Okay, successive only. Successive 4, successive 2, successive 5. You can't randomly reset a particular commit ID. Revert is opposite to this. You revert a particular commit ID. Any commit ID you can revert. It's not like you revert 4 commits, successive 2 commits. No, you can't do that.
okay, any one commit, I've got it.
Clear with the reset and revert? So which one we should use regularly? Which one is safe?
Revert.
Revert is always safe. That's the one we use regularly. Reset is very rarely used. Okay, like I said, it's a destructive command. So should be used very, very carefully. Very rarely we use it, right? And we were talking about reset hard. There are also other types of resets like soft reset, mixed reset and all. We don't use it generally. Maybe if you are using it rigorously, if you are using Git rigorously, you might need it. I'll just give you a walkthrough over it. Okay, we don't need it, but just some heads up because there will be a lot of confusion over this reset concept. I can make this simple with this chart. Okay, so let me show you. Just try to memorize it. That is enough. Let's say we were talking about hard reset, mixed reset, and soft reset. Okay, working directory, staging area, and local repository. So the command would be same: reset hard, reset mixed, reset soft. What is the difference and like when we should go for it? Let's see. See, when you do hard reset, your changes will be removed from everywhere completely, from the working directory, from the staging area, from the local repository. That's why changes gone are gone forever. Okay, you can't get the changes back because it's wiped off from everywhere completely. Then what is this hard? I mean, what is this mixed reset? Mixed reset is your changes will be deleted from local repository. Okay, it will also be deleted from staging area, but your changes will be here. Right? So if your changes are in working directory, what message it will give you? Means when you do git status in this case,
Untrack, right?
untracked. So if you want to get them back, what you should do?
Add them.
Add and commit. So yes, you can get the changes back. It's not dangerous. Similarly, soft reset means it will be changes will be.
In scenario, we'll use this mixed reset.
Like if you want to discard them, okay, just you want to discard them, but you want to don't discard them permanently. Maybe you want to have a recheck. I told you already, reset is used very rarely. Okay, we don't use this at all. But in case if you want to discard them, but still want to check the changes, you may use this mixed and soft so that your changes will not be wiped off completely. Right? Very rarely again. Similarly, soft reset. Soft reset means your changes will be there in the staging area. So if you want to get the changes back, just commit them. Okay. So those are the different types. Like I said, we don't use them. You don't need to do hands-on on them also. Just some idea, have some idea or have some understanding on like what are the other types of resets you have. Because when you see something like reset hard, you won't be surprised. Okay, so that you know what it is. Thus, commit ID gets created for mixed and soft reset. No, Sharon, when you do reset, commit ID will not be generated. But for mixed, when you add and commit, then a commit ID will be generated. Similarly, when you do git reset soft, a commit ID will not be generated. But when you want them back and when you commit them, then you get the changes. It will not generate a commit ID in any of the case. This chart will help you a quick reference to analyze the difference between different types of reset. Got it, all of you? Clear?
Yes.
Any questions?
Preeti, I'm not getting this bash cell here.
Which bash?
Currently, you are working in VS Code. This bash.
You have to click on this drop down. First, you should install git bash in your system, then only you'll see it.
Okay.
So this is about git revert, git reset. Let's have a quick recap of what we have discussed. Where did we start today?
Deleting
Git
a file.
rn, right? We have discussed about delete. Okay, deleting with cache flag. Then we have discussed about git ignore, correct? And then we have discussed about git revert and then git reset. See, for Git, particularly for Git, to learn Git, Practice everything we have discussed in the class. Okay, like the scenarios or the use cases would be managing the files, that's all. You might be making some changes to your Terraform files, you revert them, you may have to revert them. Okay, when you are working in a team, you may have to merge the changes, those also we'll discuss. Those are the use cases about managing the file. So there will be not a separate use cases in Git. Okay, first you need to get clarity and grip on these commands. So practice whatever we were discussing in the class thoroughly. Okay, forget.
हाँ मैम बोलिए।
Imagine these could be your Terraform
कल वो
files.
भेज
These
दिया
could
है
be
मेरे को,
your
आज अपन कर
manifest
लेते हैं।
files. Please give me a second. Let me
वही
finish.
पहले दोनों का।
Please keep muted everyone unless you have a question. Please keep muted. So yeah, you can practice these commands thoroughly. Okay, you have to get good grip and understanding on these commands. Only the difference will be your files will be maybe some Terraform files or a Kubernetes manifest files and so on. That will be the only difference. Scenarios would be you are editing the file, adding them, committing them, pushing, pulling, sharing with your team when you collaborate. That's what we'll do. Okay, those things also we are going to learn. So practice, get thoroughly. Right. So now that we have learned, understood, got an idea of staging area, working directory, staging area, local repository, and have worked on this, let's get started understanding something called branching, the very most important and the concept which we use in real time mandatorily. Branching is the concept in Git, which is very great feature and which supports managing your projects in real time. Right, so let's get started with the concept of branching. Can I proceed?
Yeah, Priti.
So what is a branch? See, till now, you might have noticed whenever you run any command, like maybe you may run git status command, right? See, you are saying something like what branch master. What is this branch master, right? So let's try to get some understanding on this. See, branch is nothing but whenever you create a local repository. Okay, let's say I have created local repository. By default, all the changes are set to be on the master branch. Means till now I have created some 3 files or 4 files. I modified them, deleted them, whatever I do are set to be on master branch. See, that's why you are saying master. Master is the default branch or the main branch on Git. Okay. So whatever changes you do will be applicable on master branch. Perfect. It's all good. So imagine it's like a virtual directory in your local repository. Okay, everything is fine. Whatever changes I do are going there. Okay, fine. I have made file 1. I have made file 2. Okay, I may do whatever changes I want here. Let's suppose I'm working for functional requirement 1 here. Okay, there were some requirements from the client. It's a functional requirement 1. I'm making changes on these 2. Okay, let's say there is another requirement 2, functional requirement 2, where I have to modify the same files again. Okay, means some code changes were different. Maybe the changes may be going on line 4 and line 5 here. Here it might be line 1 and line 2, whatever. Code changes are different. So I'm working on 2 requirements parallelly. Let's suppose I want to push this requirement 1 to remote and make it available for others. We'll talk about remote. Okay, we didn't come to remote yet, right? So let's say I want to move these changes to, remote on August itself. Okay, I want to push them in August. This functional requirement can go to release or can go to the remote on December. How do I segregate the changes? Everything is in the same folder, but changes were different. How can I manage this multiple releases? This is for August release. This is for December release. How can I push them separately, right? Or else, let's say there is some bug fixes happening. I just want to push them separately or quickly. How do I manage them? So what we can do is, one thing is changes may be messed up if you put in the same folder. Also, if I want to push them separately, it might be very difficult. So how to manage this, how to handle this? So rather than making all the changes in the one branch, what I can do is, let's say this is a for functional requirement 1, I'm making changes in the master branch. Instead of making functional requirement 2 also here, I can create a separate branch from master. Separate branch means a copy from master. Okay, it will be a copy from master. Okay, let's put some name. Let's say functional requirement 2. This is the branch name. This branch name is master. I just create a copy from master. Make the changes here for requirement 2. Once you make a branch, it's like a parallel entity. Whatever changes you make here on the new branch will not be visible to the master and vice versa. Whatever you changes you make on master will not be visible to this one. Whatever changes you make here will not be visible to master. It works like two parallel entities. Means branching helps you to handle multiple releases, multiple versions of the code. It can help you manage multiple environments. Like you may have a separate branch for dev environment, separate branch from staging, separate branch for prod and so on. And whatever changes you make in dev will not be applied or will not be seen in prod and vice versa. Right? So what branching does? It allows parallel development. Parallelly, you can work on multiple requirements. Okay, you can maintain versions, you can maintain environments, versions of the code you can maintain separately. Sometimes a developer may create his own branch to put the features. It's called feature branch. Right? So these are all possible through the concept of branching. You can create a branch from master, or you can create a branch from any other branch. Right? See, in layman terms, if you ask me to explain this, I can say just very simple. Imagine it's like a virtual folder, right? I have a folder, some changes here. I'll just make a copy of it. Okay, this one. So if I make any changes on it, let's say this is a feature branch. Okay, if I make any changes in this copy, will it be visible to the original folder? Will they be available here automatically? If I go here and make any changes in this folder, will
No,
it be
it won't
seen
be
here?
available.
It
No.
won't be, and vice versa, right? If I make any changes, it won't be available here. That's what is a branch. This is a branch created from this original one. Original one is the default one, which is a master branch. That's all. So branching can also be maintained. Like branches can be again permanent or temporary. Let me tell you. Suppose I just want to maintain a permanent branch. Okay, let's say I want to maintain versions, a separate branch for dev environment, separate one for prod, separate one for stage. So I may use it, you create the branches and maintain it permanently. Or else, I don't want to mess up this master branch. I have some changes to be done. So instead of messing up it, I can create a separate branch, make changes here. Later, I can merge this to master and delete this temporary branch. Right, branches can be used for permanent purpose or temporary also, right? To maintain different versions, you can have this branches created. Got the concept, all of you? Understood this, everyone?
Bit confusion getting Preeti.
Where is the confusion?
I mean, parallelly we can use, you are saying, right? At the same time, both users can be used the same file.
We are not talking about user set. Okay, we'll talk about it. Just understand this is a local repository. See, if you remember, yesterday I was talking about this architecture diagram, and I was saying we were still on this local. We did not go to remote it. We were still here. Okay, this is your computer. Okay, this is your local machine. So whatever changes you make here are available only for you. Okay, that's one thing. So branch is same like a folder. This is the original branch, the master branch. Okay, you created a copy from it. So you can make changes here as well as you can make changes here, two parallel entities. Can't you make changes on both of them? Same is the case with the branch. How to do it, I'll show you. How you can do changes here and also here, how do you move to each branch, I'll show you. But imagine you have having a folder, you create a copy from it. You can work here or else here also, correct? And why you should do this? Yeah, I have some other changes here. I want to work on functional requirement 2 here. Here requirement 1. I have some other changes here, something else here.
I mean,
Or
it's
else
a,
let's
Right?
I mean, it's a simply logic like making of duplicate copies.
Correct.
yeah, just making a copy of it. So I don't want to mess up this, I'll do this. Take a
Okay.
simple scenario. This is TF folder. Okay, let's say I am having a some, let's talk about in a non-technical way. Let's say I'm writing a story here. Okay, I want to provide this story to the publisher. I got a different climax. I have some climax in my climax one. I also have another climax in my mind. I don't want to mess up this one. Here also I'll have the story because I made a copy. I'll put a climax to here. Another version of the same story with a different climax. Like you have requirement one here. This code is for requirement one. This code is for functional requirement two. Right? So what I can do if this story, if this functional requirement, let's say this is for temporary purpose. Okay, if I don't like this climax 2, I'll delete this branch, only maintain climax 1. Or else both are good, I may provide both of them to the publisher, 2 versions of the story. Right? Versions of the code, different versions of the code. Maybe this version is the older version, this version is the new version. I may maintain a separate branch. We discussed, right? Maintain the branches, don't delete them. Let's say climax 1, this one I'm not using, but still I'll maintain it in one branch. Right? Or else let's talk about technically. Right? This branch is for dev environment. I want to maintain this permanently. And this one for staging environment. I am writing Terraform code. Okay, this is all Terraform code. This is also Terraform code. Here in dev instance, we are using small instances, small servers. Okay, T2.micro servers. What is that? That's a small instance in EC2. We'll discuss them separately. Here I want to use a huge instance, T3.extra large. Code here will create a T3.extra large server. Code here will create a small server because it's a dev environment. I want to maintain this permanently. Clear now?
Yes.
Everyone, I want response from all of you. Anyone still lost?
And how you measure from this T3 dot extra large to T2 dot micro? If you
How?
need any, like if we want only one branch, how will we measure from
We will
another?
say how to merge and all. I did not show you how to create a branch also. Just explaining you theoretically, just the concept. I'll show you. Okay, we will learn that, how to create a branch, how to merge.
Yeah, sorry,
Everything we will learn.
sorry, I just want.
No problem. Understood till this much? Clear, everyone? Okay, how to create a branch, right? How to merge it, right? How is this possible? Yes, let's get started. If you understood the concept, if you get an idea, let's get started. See, till now only one branch, master branch, whatever changes I make are going to master branch. Now, if you want to list the branches in your repository, git branch, that will list all the branches. Okay, it is showing only master branch. Okay, fine. But let's say I just want to create another branch from master. So how do you do that? Git branch. Let's say the branch name is B1 master. Okay, I just want to create a branch called master from B1. Okay. So means the command is git branch. This is called child branch. This is called parent branch. Parent means from which branch you want to create. Now again list the branch. See, now B1 and master, but you are seeing the symbol, asterisk symbol on master means you are on master branch. You are on means you are working in master branch. Okay, this shows on which branch you are in. I want to switch the branch.
Master in the sense that is a parent branch, right? For which we have.
Parent branch, the default branch, main branch when you create a local repository.
Okay.
So now I'm on master branch. Let's say I want to switch to B1 branch. I'll switch to B1 branch using the command git checkout B1. And what will be there in B1? Everything whichever in master, right? Because it was like a copy. Now if you do git checkout, see, it says you are switched to B1. Let's confirm. Yes, asterisk is on B1. Here also it's showing you are on B1. Correct? That's how you switch between the branches. And whatever files are in B1 can be shown here. Or else if you want to make sure, see ls, all the files were copied from master. Also, see, now you are on B1, whatever commands you execute, okay, will be applied on B1 only. ls means ls of files on B1. Git log means log of B1. Okay, log of B1. If you want to see only the brief log of B1. But if you still want to make sure, put here B1 also fine. Log of B1, everything copied from master. Correct? Everyone clear?
Yes, yes, got it.
Yeah. So now you are making changes means they were applicable on B1 only. Okay.
It
See,
is
I
not
just want to
applicable. It is
create a
not applicable
branch.
for master, right? Whenever we checked out to branch 1, I mean B1, the changes will not be reflected on master.
It
Correct?
will not. Both are two separate entities, two
Got it.
parallel
Now it's
entities.
clear.
Let's
Yeah.
say, okay, let's say I'll create a branch in B1. Okay. You can create from here. Click on this. Let's say file4.txt. Use this editor, which will be very easy for you. File4, new file on B1. Okay, save it. Now check the status. Status means status of B1. You don't need to tell status of B1. You are on B1. You run any command means it's on B1 only. See, it says on branch B1. Earlier it used to show us on branch master, but now on branch B1.
Yes,
right?
yes. Got it.
Also untracked, same story. Whether you are on B1 or whether you are on any branch, it was again the same old story.
Git
What should
add.
we do now?
Git add.
Git add.
Yeah, Preeti, I request, could you repeat, Preeti, how you are switching in between branches, Preeti?
Git checkout. Git checkout branch name will have, sorry, history command. It will show you a list of the commands. Yeah, git checkout. Right? Git checkout the branch name to whichever you want to switch. Okay. So I'm on B1. Now git status. See, untracked files. So what we have to do? See, here in the VS Code editor, the advantage is you will see U means untracked. See, when you keep the cursor, it was showing untracked. Do you see that? And if you keep the cursor on above file, it was just showing the file name because it was all added. Fine. Okay, let's add file4.txt. Now what would be the status showing us?
Git commit.
To be committed, right? Changes to be committed. So yeah, git commit -m file on B1, something like that. Done. Now on B1, you have 4 files. Also, if you check the log of B1, see 5 commits. Now tell me, is this 4th file available on master? Do you think will it be available by default on master branch?
No.
This 4th commit will be, I mean 5th commit, will it be available on master?
No. The file4 will not be there in the master branch.
Okay, file4 will not be there. This commit ID will also be not there, right?
Yes, yes, exactly.
Also, you can check the log of any other branch by putting the branch name, like git log online master. See, only those 4 commits. This 5th one is not there on master. Correct? Let us switch to the master branch. Shall we go to master? Any questions here?
It's clear.
Everyone, I'm expecting response from every one of you. Are you all following with me?
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's go to master. How to switch the branch?
Check out B1.
So git checkout B1. Right, sorry, you are already on B1. We want to switch to master branch. So git checkout master. So you can see here, you are switched to master. Here you can see, or you can run git branch. I'm sorry. See, you are on master now. Okay, also when you do status on branch master. right? Okay, fine. CLS, see, do you see that at the back end fourth file is gone? Because here this Explorer will show you the files of whichever branch you are on. Fourth file is not there, fourth commit is not there. Right? Interesting, isn't it? So
Priti,
this
this
is the concept
git
of-
log online command is not working for me.
Not working means what is it giving you? What error are you
Fatal.
seeing?
Yeah, it shows me as fatal unrecognized argument.
Can you send the screenshot, please?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, please send the screenshot on the WhatsApp, right, on the group, so
Right.
that I can see that. Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, we were back on master. So like we just discussed, branches could be for temporary purpose or permanent purpose. Temporary means like I don't want to mess up this, so I can just create a branch, test it there on the temporary branch, merge it back to master. Means put it back to master and delete the temporary branch. Or permanent means when you want to maintain versions or environments, we'll maintain permanent branches. Means in a repository, we'll maintain both permanent branches as well as temporary branches. See, whenever we want to make a change, we will not directly make changes into this master and all. I'll explain this branching strategy maybe tomorrow. I'll explain you how to maintain branches and all. Today, let's concentrate on the concepts. So yeah, master branch is there, right? Now let's say I want to merge or integrate the changes from B1 to master. B1 is a temporary branch. I made some changes. I want to integrate those changes from B1 to master. How to do that integration? What is that called as? Integrating changes from one branch to another. That is called merge. That's called merge. Right, that's called merge. Merge, the command is git merge source branch and destination branch. That's the command. Okay. So what we should do? What is the source? Source means from where we are bringing the changes. What is the source branch here? What is
B1.
the source branch?
B1.
From
B1.
where we want to bring the changes?
B1.
B1. And into which branch you want to put the changes?
Master.
Sorry, master. So that is the command. See, it says fast forward, it merge. See, you got this fourth file. You will get the commit ID also. See, now the log of master and B1 would be the same. This is the simple way of merging the changes, branching and merging, a straightforward merge or a fast forward merge. Okay, there will be merges where you get a conflicts from a different user, conflicts within yourself, like within your changes itself. All of them are the advanced concepts. We will discuss all of them, okay, with hands-on. Understood till this part, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Suppose Preeti, if I have a
Yes, 1 second. Yes, one line only. If I say online, I'm sorry, one line only. Did I say online?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. All right. Yeah, some of you, someone is saying something.
yes, Preeti, Durai here. So I have doubt. So I have two different branches, masters and B1 branch. Okay. So
Okay.
in both the branches, I have a file3.txt. Okay. So the initial copy was whatever I maintained in master. Afterwards, I made some change. If we do a merge between these two branches, then obviously the file3 recent content will be merged into a master branch also. So the master branch and B1 now have the same content of file3.txt, correct? Even though a new file, whatever I have created recently in B1, either a file 4 or file 5 could be also taken a copy into master branch. So if I do the comparison between these two branches, then everywhere, I mean, a file wise, content wise, everything should be same. If I do the merge, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, Preeti, thank you.
See, like this, you might be having some scenarios in your mind, right? What happens this way? What if we create a file? Just try all of them, okay? practice whatever we were discussing in the class for Git. Every scenario, every command, do in the same flow, practice in the same flow. Also, like any scenarios you hear in your mind, try them out. Okay, just practice them. Okay, give a good try on all those scenarios.
Okay, sure, Priti. Thank you.
Okay,
And yeah, that's all for today. I'm going to launch a quiz. Meanwhile, you can put all your queries. Okay, I'm launching a quiz for today. This quiz will also have some questions which are not covered, which will be covered tomorrow. But go through them so that you will get some insight and some overview of what else can be done. Okay, that's the idea of putting those questions. I'm launching it. You can get started, or also you can put any questions if you have.
Okay. So, Preeti, I had one question. Meanwhile, if someone created file 3 on master also, and what will happen during merging that P1 branch?
That's what I'm saying, right? There will be chances of conflicts. Today we were discussing just a simple branching and merging. Okay, there are scenarios where we may get conflicts. Okay, we will be discussing them tomorrow.
Okay.
I just stopped the quiz. Just give me a second. I'm going to relaunch it. So that you will see only one question at a time for better visibility. Otherwise, you are just scrolling away, right? Yeah. Can you see one question at a time now?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, please go ahead.